Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us this word. Just coming here with these, more articles, more current events that's going on in the world. More rumors of wars and rumors of wars, more prophecy. On that Judgment Watch. So this article is out of, the Jerusalem Post or the jpost.com. It's entitled, "We Will Level Tel Aviv to the Ground. Iranian Official Warns Israel. Arab-Israeli Conflict." By Julianne Helmholtz. Iranian Secretary of the Expediency Council arbitration body Mohsen Rezai speaks during the news conference in Tehran. Any attacks carried out against Iran will result in the destruction of Tel Aviv. Mohsen, Secretary of Iran's Expediency Council, warned Israel on Monday. The comment, reported by the semi-official Fars news agency, came in response to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's remarks at a Munich security conference. Rezai said, "If they, Israel, carried out the slightest unwise move against Iran, we will level Tel Aviv to the ground and will not give any opportunity to Netanyahu to flee." He was quoted as saying in an interview with Hezbollah-affiliated Al-Manar News, "The U.S. and Israeli leaders don't know Iran and don't understand the power of resistance, and therefore they continuously face defeat. Today, the situation of the U.S. and Israeli indicate their fear of the Zionist regime's collapse and the U.S. decline." Rezai added, "Israel intercepts an Iranian drone over its airspace and destroys the caravan unit that operated it." IDF spokesperson's office. Israel came in direct conflict with Iran on February 10th when an Israeli Air Force attack helicopter shot down an Iranian-operated drone and later took out its command center in Syria. According to the Iranian Mahir news agency, which is run by the Islamic Ideology Dissemination Organization, Rezai also said that while Iran supports what it calls resistance front stretching from Tehran to Gaza, the regime does not interfere in the Palestinian territories or in Lebanon, but merely offers advisory help. He added that Iran does not want to dominate the countries in the region, but wants them to stand on their own feet. So, yeah, there it is. I don't know how partial or impartial, the Jerusalem Post is on the reporting, but, that is scriptural. The scripture does say that, the Armenians are going to remember their nature. The Iranians, the Arabs, scriptures describe them as being a wild man. So that hatred is flowing. It's all building up. It says 2 Ezra 15 and 26. "For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are all the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. You had the plagues, the wars, the famines, pestilence, the death, World War III, you know. But a horrible vision and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. The dragons of Arabia, Arabs, the Middle East, World War III. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Yeah, he's talking about he will not give, Netanyahu the opportunity to flee, just remembering their nature in this article. Where's that point that he made? But yeah, just saying stuff like, we'll level Tel Aviv to the ground, that's remembering their nature with all that rage. I had another article, saying yeah, this other article's out of, SputnikNews.com. It's entitled, Trump, if North Korea sanctions don't work, we go to phase 2. If the last round of sanctions imposed by Pyongyang fail to yield Washington's desired effects, U.S. President Donald Trump warned anonymously Friday that the U.S. will go to phase 2. If the sanctions don't work, we'll have to go to phase 2. And phase 2 may be a very rough thing, maybe very, very unfortunate for the world, the president said Friday afternoon. Trump delivered the remarks to reporters at a joint news conference with Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. I don't think I'm going to exactly play that card, but we'll have to see. If sanctions don't work, we'll go to phase 2, Trump explained. Excerpts from Trump's speech about the new sanctions, which is yet to be delivered, state, I'm announcing that we are launching the largest ever set of new sanctions on the North Korean regime. The sanctions target 27 entities and 28 vessels located, registered or flagged in North Korea, China, Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Marshall Islands, Tanzania, Panama, Comoros, and the U.S. Treasury Department said Friday. Last year, Trump threatened fire and fury, the likes which have never been seen before, against North Korea. If the country continues to develop and threaten to use its ballistic missile and nuclear weapons capabilities, despite international sanction and condemnation, the president also stated in the fall that the U.S. has been talking to North Korea and paying them extortion money, it's a lot, for 25 years. Talking is not the answer. Extortion money. He said talking is not the answer. So what's the answer? That fire and fury, which is scriptural, is Revelation 9:15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year to slay the third part of men. I was talking about Esau, so-called white man, the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen, 200,000. And I heard the number of them. They had 200 million missiles, man. It's not talking about an actual horseman. It's talking about those missiles. And thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and janketh, and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone. It's talking about, warheads, missiles of nuclear warheads. That's where the fire's going to come out. And the back part of it too, the actual missiles that prepare, or that launch, or the rockets, that launch the warhead to its destination. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. That's what's about the rockets, in their tails. For their tails were like the serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So yeah, Trump, Lord willing, Trump gonna bring that fire that he said he was gonna bring. That fire and fury. So yeah, just a few articles I came across. Current events, world events that's going on. So yeah, with that, it was shalom.